Our last presenter, is Newton Church.
I'll be brief. Is that one on? This one's on. I'm Lou at Transit Riders Union. There came into Egypt a pharaoh who did not know. In the last 2 years, when some of us, Jason Barber, myself, and some of our volunteers, have come to 30 TriMet board meetings, it's TriMet that's the pharaoh that does not know. I've heard some comments today about prayer, about anger, about transparency, but I haven't heard a specific comment about democracy. The TriMet board, as we know, is appointed by Oregon's governor. Transit Riders Union believes a lot of these issues about safety, fare increases, cuts to service can be remedied when the TriMet board is elected by voters, not appointed by the governor. In that regard, Transit Riders Union initially collected 1,400 signatures against fare increases and against service cuts. As mentioned before, we presented that to the last board chair. The board, with the exception of Lynn, voted to go ahead and implement those service cuts and that fare hike. The board is 4 out of 7 new people now. After we submitted those petitions, I handed them to George Pestro. We did a picket of Portland Business Alliance because we believe, another word I heard this in testimony today was collaboration. We don't really believe in collaboration. We believe that, like Dr. King, Cesar Chavez, Gandhi, Dorothy Day, if you believe in progressive religion, you need to do organizing, you need to do direct action, you need to do boycotts. The information I just gave you is about the boycott we're organizing now against the Reedville Cafe, which is owned by TriMet's board president. We believe that this is a targeted, specific boycott to encourage transit riders, but also the community at large, to protect the commons, to protect the public interest, to protect social justice. TriMet belongs to us. It doesn't belong to the governor. It doesn't belong to an appointed board. It belongs to the people of our region. I'm going to mention a couple comments, and I'll be brief again. I think the board president mentioned in Lem Week that it's unfortunate that transit riders would seek to take it personally by targeting Reedville Cafe for a boycott. As many people have said today, and in the past 2 years, when you cut service, when you raise fares, that's personal for transit-dependent riders and for other people. I think the general manager mentioned, the new general manager, in one article, that people should be patient about alleged austerity budget cuts. That when the economy is better, then maybe the service cuts and the fare hikes will be rescinded. That's not good enough. Besides, many economists, including Paul Krugman, suggest that because President Obama is not doing what FDR did on jobs in the Great Depression, which is create 11 million government-funded jobs. This recession may continue and may even be a double-dip recession. Oregon, as we know, is 7th in unemployment. One of the things that's most important is for people to get to jobs, to be able to use the bus, to get to interviews, to get to school. The service cannot be cut. A couple points. Robert Liberty and David Bragdon with Metro, before Bragdon moved to New York City, questioned the hiring process in one article for the current general manager. Has there ever been a minority or a woman general manager of TriMet in 40 years? Why wasn't there a national search for the general manager? There needs to be more transparency and accountability. I noticed that both Metro and TriMet itself, on Max buses, on Max and on buses, has ads now, a campaign about sustainability. Metro talks about social sustainability. They don't quite call it that. But both these seem ironic, if not outright dishonest, in that TriMet cut Fairless Square, which was originally created 35 years ago to preserve air quality and to fight air pollution. One of the 5 dirty words on the advertising on the side of the bus now is pollution's a dirty word. TriMet, that's TriMet's own ad, that's a lie. If you cut Fairless Square, you're promoting pollution. You're not trying to curb pollution. Lastly, in terms of the Portland Tribune, my last comment, it appears that the Tribune, and we do think it's interesting that a media outlet has a president of the paper on a public body on TriMet's board. Apparently the Tribune has begun its voter-owned elections. And I want to invite the Tribune executive. We have a forum at Portland State Saturday at 12 noon on voter-owned elections with Amanda Fritz and Jim Middle. We feel voter-owned elections in Portland needs to be kept because it gives disenfranchised communities more access to the democracy that, in lots of respects, like Lanny here used to say, doesn't really exist for disenfranchised communities, for low-income people. Voter-owned elections is a way to protect having some ability to penetrate what is largely a capitalist free market democracy system. Citizens United would be a primary example of that problem. Corporations having too much control locally and nationally over the democracy process. So I'm going to make sure to extend an invitation. The email, if you want to check with us, mine is lewchurch@gmail.com, lewchurch@gmail.com. We've already sent a thing to Joe Redden at the Tribune, but in case someone wrote the editorial at the Tribune against voter-owned elections, the critique was, it's the easiest choice on the November ballot there is to reject it. We absolutely disagree with it. We find it interesting that the Tribune argues against democracy in Portland with voter-owned elections, but also is participating in a war that's not elections.
Mr.
Chairman, Lou, don't leave. Lou.
Go ahead, Lynn.
Lou.
I'm not leaving.
We don't all disagree on this board.
No, Lynn, you, like people have said today,
But I want
you've been the most
to
supportive person.
say to you, this is unfair to this chairman to boycott his.
We disagree absolutely with that, Lynn.
Yeah, but that's his personal
Let's
business.
adjourn it.
Well,
Public officials
that's not right.